Cody Parkey set to kick off.
Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Tannehill. The open man is Smith. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Browns' 42-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Anthony Frisker, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Derrick Henry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Flush to his right. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ryan Tannehill with a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Who's the ones that, yo? I don't know, but I got to do that. I don't know, but I got to do that.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Chubb on the counter. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the green, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb.
Oh, I ran right
This
into
across the
like a
midfield
damn
stripe,
dingo.
but still winding up short of the 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
a gain of 6 yards.
They'll run for it. Chubb.
4th down.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They give to Chubb out of the gun.
Who's he waiting for?
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They go play action. Mayfield. And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's going to yield a new set.
The big man, the big man, the big man.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball
The
game.
new plan, the new plan, the new plan. It's the big man, the big man, the big
We
man.
remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Yo, he throws it right to this nigga for a touchdown. Are you kidding me, bro?
He's at the 40, past
That's
the 20,
bullshit.
10,
You
and
gonna
he
throw
will
it right
take
to
this
him.
one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators will pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overran.
What the hell?
Others say, I got 2 touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
What
And
the
last
hell are
time,
you
decent
waiting
field position
for?
through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Chubb. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this is caught. That one good for 37 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll give it to Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Mayfield finding Odell Beckham with a touchdown pass. And the Browns are back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Cody Parkey set to kick off.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
And again, it's Chubb. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Starting off slow.
Mayfield completes it to Higgins, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
What the hell are you looking for?
For Nick Chubb.
Oh, shit.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Yards to go.
It's Chubb.
What is he doing? Get there. I really hate, he had that. I never really got in the groove of messing with anybody.
It's good for a gain of 7.
To the point
a few inches short here
of like on one team. I don't know.
Down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only got
before Cam, I would use the Patriots all the time.
They convert on 4th. The 4th down run
That nigga, I'm just afraid of him.
On 1st down. Mayfield finding Beckham.
Something's wrong with these joysticks. They keep
30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy.
What's the activity looking like?
Move and scan the field. And here he finds
he's garbage, bro.
On first down,
especially on a video game, like,
right around the 25.
I don't know, I've played some people that can rock with him, I can't rock with him. His accuracy is terrible.
Open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot,
What is he moving like this?
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to
I know earlier when I don't know, he was doing something, I had used him again. I played earlier.
How things have gone for them, just nowhere to go.
They kind of shaky too.
To put up points. Dancing to his left.
Please get on the ground.
And that will do it.
So that's why I like running, because they don't always let me slide when I'm supposed to. You know, their quarterback will fumble.
On EA Sports.
Round 7.
I just try to do it. He gonna stiff on just for one of them niggas to come rock that nigga.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Chubb.
Oh!
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I had him right there. He playing soft on the run. So I'd have been straight with this.
They did a really nice
He
job
ran that straight down my throat. Then first time I got the ball, I threw a dumbass pick down here. Oh man, come on, don't get beat like that, bro.
He's had his way in this
That was
one, but
too
this
easy.
time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? 3rd down. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone.
What the hell are you waiting for?
Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
What's going on in the YouTube streets? Alright, it's time to play some defense.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the hole
need
and
that.
looking
I
at each other
definitely need
and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
10th carry down.
Oh, that was good block. Oh my goodness, man.
And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 19-yard line. It's a big run that time by Henry, and even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A 1st down carry for Henry.
Come on, make the tackle.
He stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw.
Ooh,
And this is going to be incomplete.
there
have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages.
New one came out.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Shut up.
Right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
You happy because you got 22, dog? Like, that's the world, nigga?
On this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon.
You happy you got it, brother?
They managed to clock
You the
exactly
man.
right.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns take over first and
Why open your mouth
at
when
their
you
own
say something
22-yard
stupid?
line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the
I'm
great
not mad.
competitors,
It's
they
just
love
dumb.
this
It's
situation.
hater.
They think they
You
can go ahead
got
and get it
to
done.
see me
They
feel
practiced
proud
it
of
to say
something.
practice makes perfect. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds
Different
remaining in the
just
fourth.
asking, yo, you getting it? What you mean? Why you keep saying why I'm not? Because I'm fucking broadcasting it, nigga. Because I have a fucking YouTube channel, nigga. Fuck's wrong with you?
They run. Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
A gain of 12. First down.
A give. This is Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And finally marked down at the 23. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
You legit niggas is just retarded, that's all.
Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score.
With a hater on
A
my
bit of
back.
time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I,
Get the fucking
we're not
game
going
I
anywhere.
want to,
We want to see
nigga.
this one play out.
Fuck, I barely
Now after
fucking
the score,
played this
it's
shit.
Parkey on to
Keep
kick it
buying
away.
this shit back to back to back. Same fucking game. Different players.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in the cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And the Browns
Not
pressure
already.
gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Now, there's no way in hell they would have
quickly
let
now
me get
signal
that
for the
time out. Let
timeout.
this nigga get the
And
time
it's
over
definitely
no
not
seconds
looking
left.
good, but
Get
at
the
least
fuck
they'll
out
have
of here.
one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. One last throw here for Tannehill.
What the hell are you ready
Almost to the 40
for?
before being taken down. Going into
Exactly.
the final play of this game.
I holler,
They
bro.
needed some type of a
Thanks for the
miracle
love.
at the very end, but they couldn't get it done.
You
However,
always
we
be
were
a
treated
spark. I
really
lose
spectacular
sometimes, but when you
affair.
come through
Even though
like
they
that,
didn't
and it
finish
wasn't
it
looking
off,
good, this
you're
nigga had me
exactly
put
right. They took us down to the last
Came
play,
through.
but
I was still losing.
you're wondering,
My
could it
nigga.
happen? Possibly.
I'll get with
Even
you. I'll
though we
probably
know
play
there
it,
was
get it a
long
little
shot.
bit, see what's going on. Peace, bro.